You've been doing it your whole life, every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. And you've never once been warned that after 60, this one habit, something completely ordinary, something you'd never think twice about, could be the reason your kidneys are quietly failing right now. I'm not talking about drinking. I'm not talking about smoking. I'm talking about something that's sitting on your kitchen counter, something your doctor has probably never flagged, something you might have done this very morning before you even sat down to watch this video. Your kidneys are not complaining yet. That's the terrifying part. They won't complain, not until they've lost more than half their function. And by then, the damage can be irreversible. Stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you in the next few minutes could genuinely change the trajectory of your health after 60. I'm Dr. Alan Miller, and after 18 years specializing in senior health and wellness, I've seen firsthand what happens when these warning signs go ignored. I've watched patients walk into my office thinking their fatigue, their swelling, their brain fog was just getting older. It wasn't. Their kidneys were screaming, and nobody had told them to listen. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly which common daily habit is damaging your kidneys. And I'll show you the 5 silent warning signs that your kidneys are already struggling right now. Then I'm going to give you 3 simple, evidence-backed changes you can make starting today to protect and even support your kidney function going forward. And I need to warn you, number 3 on the warning signs list is one that almost everyone over 60 dismisses entirely. Don't make that mistake. Here's the truth that rarely gets explained clearly enough. Your kidneys are extraordinary organs. 2 of them, each about the size of a fist, filtering roughly 200 liters of blood every single day. Every toxin, every medication byproduct, every bit of excess salt, every metabolic waste product, it all goes through your kidneys before it leaves your body. But here's what most people, and honestly, many busy general practitioners, don't emphasize enough. Kidney function naturally declines with age. By the time you're 60, your kidneys may already be working at 70 to 80% of the capacity they had at 30. That's normal. That's not a crisis by itself. The crisis happens when you combine that natural decline with a daily habit that adds chronic, low-level stress to those already aging kidneys. Your doctor gets 15 minutes with you at your annual visit. They're checking your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your blood sugar. The kidneys often only get flagged when something is already very wrong. This is not your fault. The information simply hasn't been loud enough. But after today, you'll know what to watch for and what to do. The habit I'm talking about is chronic dehydration. Specifically, consistently not drinking enough water throughout the day. And before you say, "I drink plenty of water," let me stop you right there. Most people over 60 are chronically mildly dehydrated and don't know it. Here's why this changes after 60. Your thirst mechanism, the internal signal that tells your brain you need water, weakens significantly as you age. Studies have shown that older adults have a measurably blunted thirst response compared to younger adults. You can be significantly dehydrated and feel nothing. No dry mouth, no headache, nothing. At the same time, your kidneys become less efficient at conserving water. They're less able to concentrate urine, meaning they need more water to do the same job they once did with less. You need more. Your body signals less. That gap, that daily invisible gap, is where kidney damage begins. Let me tell you about Margaret. She was 67, a retired school teacher who came into my clinic complaining of persistent fatigue and mild ankle swelling. She was sharp, active, ate reasonably well. Her blood pressure was slightly elevated, but what her lab showed was a GFR, that's glomerular filtration rate, the measure of how well your kidneys are filtering, that had dropped significantly from her results just 2 years prior. When I asked about her fluid intake, she told me she didn't like to drink too much water because it made her need to use the bathroom at night. She was averaging maybe 4 cups of fluid a day. Margaret had been quietly dehydrating her kidneys for years without a single obvious symptom. Once we addressed this, carefully, with her other health factors in mind, her numbers improved. But it took nearly a year. This is what chronic dehydration does to the kidneys. It forces them to work harder to concentrate and filter an insufficient volume of fluid. It increases the concentration of waste products, minerals, and toxins in the bloodstream. Over time, this leads to what's called hyperfiltration injury. The kidney's tiny filtering units, called nephrons, get overworked and start to scar. Once nephrons scar, they do not regenerate. And here's the compounding factor that makes this especially dangerous after 60. Many seniors take multiple medications: blood pressure drugs, pain relievers, cholesterol medications. Several of these drug classes are themselves processed through the kidneys or can affect kidney blood flow. When your kidneys are already mildly dehydrated and under stress, the nephrotoxic load, the toxic burden on the kidneys, multiplies. I want to be clear. I am not telling you to stop any medication. Please always speak with your doctor before changing anything about your medication routine. What I am telling you is that keeping your kidneys well hydrated is one of the most important things you can do to support the safe processing of everything else that goes through them. Now, let's talk about the 5 warning signs that your kidneys may already be under strain. These are quiet signs, subtle signs, signs that most people, and I say this with deep compassion, chalk up to just getting older. Persistent fatigue that sleep doesn't fix. Your kidneys produce a hormone called erythropoietin, EPO, which signals your bone marrow to produce red blood cells. When kidney function declines, EPO production drops. Fewer red blood cells means less oxygen delivered to your muscles and organs. You feel tired, deeply tired, and no amount of sleep seems to touch it. This is different from normal tiredness. It's a fatigue that sits in your bones, a heaviness when you wake up that doesn't lift by mid-morning. If you recognize that feeling, pay attention. Swelling in the ankles, feet, or hands. When your kidneys can't filter fluid efficiently, that fluid accumulates. It pools in the extremities, your feet, your ankles, your lower legs. Sometimes your hands feel puffy in the morning. Your rings feel tight. Now, there are other causes of swelling: heart issues, venous insufficiency, and any persistent swelling absolutely needs a medical evaluation. But kidney-related swelling is consistently underdiagnosed as a cause in older adults. If your ankles are swelling and you can't explain it, your kidneys need to be part of that conversation. Changes in urination frequency or appearance. Needing to urinate more frequently, especially at night. Urine that is foamy or bubbly. Urine that is darker than usual, despite drinking what you think is enough fluid. Or, conversely, barely needing to urinate at all. Foamy urine is a particularly important signal. Foam in the toilet can indicate protein in the urine, called proteinuria, which means the kidney's filtering membranes are damaged enough to let protein through. Protein belongs in the blood. When it starts appearing in the urine, that is a sign that the kidney's delicate filters are under significant stress. Itchy skin with no apparent cause. When kidneys can no longer properly filter waste products from the blood, those waste products accumulate. One of them, urea, has a particular affinity for the skin. It deposits in tissue and causes persistent diffuse itching. Not a rash, not dry skin. A deep itch that moves around, that creams don't touch, that keeps you awake at night. Brain fog, difficulty concentrating, or mild confusion. When waste products accumulate in the bloodstream, a condition called uremia in its more severe form, they cross into brain tissue. The result is that foggy, scattered feeling, trouble finding words, difficulty concentrating on tasks you used to manage easily, a mental dullness that came on gradually and hasn't lifted. These are not inevitable features of aging. They deserve investigation. I want you to sit with that for a moment. You are not powerless here. The kidneys, remarkable resilient organs, respond to care. They respond to hydration. They respond to the removal of chronic stressors. The body you are living in right now is not beyond help. But the window for early intervention is real, and it is open right now. Don't let that window close. Here is exactly what I want you to do. 3 steps, starting today. Step 1. Recalculate your daily fluid target and build a system around it. The general guidance for adults over 60 is roughly 6 to 8 cups of fluid per day. But your specific target depends on your body weight, activity level, climate, and any medical conditions you have. A simple rule. Divide your body weight in pounds by 2, and that's your approximate daily fluid target in ounces. Space it through the day. Make it structural, not reactive. Step 2. Check your urine color every morning. Pale straw yellow, that is your target. Darker yellow or amber, you need more fluid. Completely clear, you may actually be overhydrating. Note any foam. This daily check is your earliest warning system. Step 3. Request a kidney function panel at your next doctor's appointment if you haven't had one in the past 12 months. Ask specifically for a comprehensive metabolic panel that includes creatinine, BUN, and eGFR. Ask for a urine microalbumin test. These are simple, inexpensive tests. They will give you and your doctor a baseline. Additionally, if you regularly take over-the-counter pain relievers like ibuprofen, naproxen, or other NSAIDs, discuss this with your doctor. Your kidneys have been working for you, silently and tirelessly, for every one of your 60-plus years. They have never asked for much. Mostly, they have asked for water. They have asked you to notice the signs they send. Now you know what those signs look like. Now you know what to do. Take one action today, even just a glass of water right now while you're thinking about it. Which of these 5 warning signs have you experienced and dismissed as just aging? Tell me in the comments, because you may help someone else recognize what they've been ignoring too. If this opened your eyes today, share it with someone you love. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video.